Hi, JPO here again. Time for another honing video. This time I'm honing a eBay special. That's the pictures in the ads was or in the listing was much better than what I received. So seems like he tried to hone it after he posted the ad or the listing. So there's deep, rough diamond marks, or I'm not sure what he used, but it's seems like he has had some inspiration from Dr. Matt to flatten out everything. So yeah, but still there is issues at the heel, and there's the normal slight warp you have in these blades. I have now nearly completed my 7-day set of these Dovo 5/8s, so it's, they pop up regularly on the auction sites and online marketplaces, and some of them are or most haven't even been honed. So I was hoping this was in the condition that I saw in the listing, but yeah, he's honed on the stabilizer, and there is some cosmetic marks. So now I'm using a Morihei 4K. This is an Ohira soft slurry stone. The slurry stone is it's really soft, and there's not much abrasives in it. So, but it allows you to work on stones like this without the stone loading up, and I think it also adds a little speed. Of course, you get some base stone that's kicked up, but yeah. Yeah, and also it gives you a chance to get to know a new racer. That you can probably do this in a fraction of the time if you just jump directly to a 1K and progressed up. But yeah, for anyone who's getting their first racer, it's spending a little extra time on this level instead of going to 1K, and you're removing material really rapidly. So this allows you to creep up on the results a little easier, and allows you to, maybe it adds a little room for mistakes. Yeah, and a 15x loop is a really handy tool when you're doing work like this. It's usually don't rely on a microscope, and hopefully people don't think that they need a microscope to do this. Everything that needs to be seen, you can see already at this level. So after this, what you see in a microscope is can be difficult to interpret, and yeah. Yeah, so all these Dovo racers I have received, especially these 5/8s, all have the same geometry. Some call it issues, but it's just how they're made. yeah, and you don't need any special tools to hone them. You just need to spend a little extra time to learn how to manage your pressure. So even on this 4K stone, you can actually do some bevel correction, and if you understand how to manage your pressure, even these stones can cut fairly fast. Yeah, and even if you have to do this twice, then you still probably learn something. When you go on these discussion forums, you're constantly told that you need to set the bevel on 1K and shave with that bevel, and so you end up reducing the life of your razor by a lot, and yeah, end up chasing your tail looking for HHT tests and stuff. So if you just spend a few extra minutes, or even if you do 2 rounds at this stage, yeah, it's almost impossible to do too much. Yeah, and this Morihei stone is not the finest in the 4K grit range. So it's a 4K stone, but there's probably the particle distribution is probably a little wider than what you get from something like an Aniwa or a Chapman. But I feel like feels like you're honing on an actual stone. So yeah, and it's if you're not finishing here, so as long as the next stones can re-erase these marks, then yeah. Yeah, the next stone is Moriyama. I probably said that completely wrong, but it's a Shiro Suita. It's around level 3.5 in hardness. It's really a fairly fast stone for a natural stone anyway. These actually feels these are not quite far off the Morihei honing sensation. So these Morihei stones are, if you like this type of feedback when you hone that, these Morihei stones can fit the bill. Yeah, it doesn't take much effort to erase the 4K scratches on this stone. And it also adds, since it's fairly soft and you're using slurry, this particular stone seems to add a little convexity that that you knock down on the next stone, but it's almost impossible to overhone at this stage, so you can spend as much time as you want. Or at least I haven't been able to cause any issues on these stones. They can have a tendency to release hard particles if you go over these some of these spots. So these stones gets if you want a really clean and white Shiro Suita, they're almost impossible to find, and if you do, they will cost you an arm and a leg. And then this was not that pricey, but there are some areas on the stone that I try to avoid, but I have a good surface area to play with anyway, so. Yeah, and I seem to add something to the final edge that is, maybe it's just in my head, but this gives a slightly different result than if I'm just working from the ground up on a harder base stone. This is again Nakayama level 4.5. So this is just hard enough to use these Mikawa Naguras. I'm now using a Koma Nagura. So this Shiro Suita I've used in the previous section. I sets you up really nice, good for this, so you don't need to use a Bhutan or a Tenjun Majiro. You can just skip right to Akuma or even just a Tumu Nagura. yeah, and the final edge actually seems to be, it's not overhoned, but the edge is almost at the limit of what you can expect to on this steel. It's yeah, hopefully it will last a few shaves, but this is really on the limit for what you can expect to have a long edge retention. It's yeah, almost approaching overhoning, but yeah, I had no post-shave irritation or anything, so, and it was cutting really well, so yeah, it's, you can't make a judgment just by looking at it. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you for watching.